impromptu stream talking about basically what the title says. I try to include a bunch of different things because maybe we'll talk about a bunch of different things. If anyone is here, does the audio sound good? Should I turn the fan off? Like let me know. How does this sound? Because I'm using my phone. So, um, chat. I'll give it a sec. How does it sound? Sound okay? Anybody here? Hello? One person maybe? Anybody her? I guess it's okay. I don't know. I'll wait a second, I guess, before talking a bit. Yo, Abel. I sound all right? I don't know if there's a delay or anything. Do I sound okay? Should I turn the fan off? Is it okay? Sound perfect? Okay, good. All right, thanks. All right, so I'll just start talking now. If people want to join, take part in the conversation, great. Um, how long this goes really just depends on how many people show up, So, a few things just want to talk about, We got the Money in the Bank coming up. Money in the Bank's always a pretty eventful show, pretty interesting show. And this is the first show. Well, this is like the we're back in front of fans show. Yeah, WrestleMania was in front of fans this past April, but it was like a one-time thing, and then they went back to the Thunderdome. Now they're going back on the road full time. So this is like this is the first bit, what I would consider like the first event back. They're back in action. You know, that's it. And then Raw and SmackDown are going to be on the road again. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens here. Money in the Bank's usually one of those top shows of the year, no matter what. Because the Money in the Bank ladder matches are usually really good. Yo, what's going on, Frogger? Nice of you to stop by. We got Abel in the house. We got Frogger in the house. So yeah, the Money in the Bank ladder match is always really pretty good. And then the rest of this card, it's shaping up pretty darn good too. So could be in for one of the top shows of the year for sure here. We could talk about pretty much whatever. Talk about SummerSlam coming up. We can talk about what else? What's the put in the title? I think I put and more maybe. So we could talk about other stuff. I don't really watch anything lately other than WWE, so I'm not really familiar with anything that like AEW's doing or New Japan or ROH. Like I'll hear some things, but that's pretty much it. I just that's all I really watch is SmackDown, NXT, the pay-per-views, Raw. It's been getting a tad better lately, but it's still not great. Like tonight's episode's taped, so I'm expecting it to be pretty subpar. I'll probably skim through it, but I doubt I watch it all live. It's not worth it. So yeah. I guess we can talk about Money in the Bank first. I guess I don't know. So far 5 matches. You haven't watched WWE since WrestleMania. What have you missed? Since WrestleMania, well, they released a bunch of talent. So like Braun Strowman, not there anymore. Don't have to worry about his face ruining my television every week. So that's a plus. So what has happened since WrestleMania? Rhea Ripley's been champ. She's continued her reign. Bianca's continued her reign. Lashley's had a pretty dominant reign over Raw. Nikki Cross thinks she's a superhero now. Eva Marie's back with Piper Niven, or as she's called now, Dewdrop. And Eva Marie's getting all the heat in the world. She's doing her role pretty well. Um, what else has happened since WrestleMania? Otis shaved his beard, and he's now like a monster heel. It's Chad Gable. Um, what else has happened? Aleister Black kind of debuted a new character, and then he got released a couple weeks later. So that was that. Uh, Shame that didn't really go anywhere. I was looking forward to seeing where they were going to go with that. Um, what else has happened since WrestleMania? Um, uh, Not a whole lot. Hell in a Cell was pretty filler. It wasn't a bad show or anything, but you could tell it was just like, all right, let's just get on with this show and move on from there. You know what I mean? So there were some good matches, but it wasn't anything that like, oh man, I'm gonna go back and rewatch this later on. Nah, it's like a one-time viewing kind of show. Um, am I missing any plot points here? Alexa's been doing voodoo and shit. She's got her doll Lily, who yeah, I don't know. I don't really like what they've done with that. I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't know. I don't think they're very good at making scary stuff too often. Some of the things with the Fiend, I thought they hit right on the button, but with Lily, they're not good at like making objects scary. It's got to be like an actual human being. So, um, yeah, if I forgot anything that's happened since WrestleMania, let me know. But I think that since the Fiend's gone, yeah. So Fiend hasn't been on TV since WrestleMania. He's probably coming back soon, I would imagine. Because they didn't really follow up with the Fiend and Alexa. Alexa just kind of like gave this explanation, real brief, and she kind of moved on from there. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I got this doll Lily," and they kind of were trying to solidify this doll character in her new persona. That she's got like special powers and stuff that maybe she got from the Fiend. I don't know, but I would imagine that she'd be coming back soon. So, yo, what's up, Venom? How's it going? You keep like changing your name. You change your name all the time. But what's going on? Yeah, did I forget anything since WrestleMania? I'm trying to think. The head of the table, Roman Reigns. He's been doing really good. Been carrying SmackDown. SmackDown's been a pretty good show. Pretty solid show. Easy to sit through. Corbin lost his crown, so now he's like poor man Corbin. He's not King Corbin anymore. It's King Nakamura. This is the last time you're changing it. All right. So yeah, the whole Usos and Roman Reigns storyline, it's going pretty good. Um, Apollo Crews he's been doing all right, but I feel like they haven't really set him up for a good feud yet. He's just been kind of running in place a little bit. Like he's having matches with people like Owens and Zayn and all that, and Big E, who he's fought to death. But like he hasn't really had this big feud yet, and I want to see Apollo have this good feud for the Intercontinental Championship soon. Hopefully he finds somebody to feud with other than Big E. What else has happened? Women's tag titles, Natalya and Tamina won those. What else? Tag title scene, AJ Styles and Omos. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff going on. I'm probably forgetting some stuff since WrestleMania, but I feel like I caught you up to speed. So, yo, what's up, Kenneth Donaldson? How's it going, dude? Yeah, Abel. Yeah, that's right. I've been enjoying SmackDown, NXT even. I know some people are like, oh well, it's not the NXT of old or whatever. Right. But I've enjoyed NXT. I think it's been a pretty solid show. It's 2 hours, usually pretty easy to sit through. They progress storylines each week. So it's an easy watch. Like, and if they don't have wrestlers on there in a match, they usually like progress them in some way with like a quick promo backstage, or they'll show like a video clip or something just to keep their story going, which I like, because you don't have to have a wrestler on each week. You can just alternate your wrestlers and then just have them like and then just have them like do a video package, do a promo, do something else to progress their story each week. Just be creative. And I think NXT does a good job of just keeping the ball rolling and creating entertaining television and not oversaturating their wrestlers. And they give them time to breathe, and they don't plaster them up and down the show every week. Sometimes you might not see somebody for a couple weeks, or sometimes you're just gonna see them backstage, and they'll wrestle the following week. They give them a break. So I appreciate how they rotate their wrestlers and they create an entertaining television show. But yeah, let me catch up with comments here. Do I like Rey Mysterio in general? Yeah, he's pretty good. He's not like my favorite or anything, but I like Mysterio, and he's good, especially back in the day in WCW in the mid '90s. Awesome to watch him there, and even in the early 2000s in WWE. So he's an all-time legend for sure. All right, Kenneth. Who the heck is being Roman at this point? I don't know. I would hope somebody like a Big E or something like that down the road. Like, I don't think Roman should drop the belt as of now till like WrestleMania next year. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. Maybe it's somebody that's gonna get drafted into SmackDown or something. I really don't know. But as of right now, I don't see him dropping the belt to anybody right now. No, nobody in the immediate future. So yeah, we'll see. Next year, yeah. I don't know who's gonna beat him right now. It doesn't seem clear that anyone's gonna beat him yet. So yeah. Let's I guess we can go ahead, talk a little bit about Money in the Bank. We only have 5 matches, so it shouldn't be too long of a discussion about Money in the Bank. So the 5 matches we got Roman Reigns and Edge for the Universal Championship. I'm okay with this match. Edge didn't get his 1-on-1 match. Now he's getting his 1-on-1 match. So should be a pretty good match, hopefully. I think the fans will be really into this, hopefully. And I'm fully expecting Reigns to retain. I think the likely scenario here is Edge probably gets protected here and he doesn't lose clean. Instead, Rollins, given he's starting to get some beef with Edge, probably costs Edge the match here in some shape or fashion, and helps his former Shield buddy out here. So that's what I'm expecting to go down here. Edge versus Rollins. I feel like it'll happen. There's just rumors it's going to happen. Plus, they teased the backstage thing with them. If you remember, Edge, kayfabe-wise, was almost paralyzed by Rollins. Remember back, what was that, like 2014, 2015? They like Rollins was like threatening to curb stomp Edge's neck. So they kind of have a past in that sense. And then also Rollins was trying to be the number 1 contender, and then all of a sudden Edge just swoops in and is like, I want my rematch. I want my 1-on-1 match that I never got at WrestleMania. So Rollins is like, whoa, who does Edge think he is? So easily they can just start this feud, and it'll be a nice SummerSlam match for sure. So I fully expect that to happen there. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree, or do you think Edge is going to win the title here or something? Your best guess would be Brock Lesnar. I mean, that's not a bad guess, Frogger. I mean, who else is going to beat him right now? Can't think of anybody else. I guess it could be Brock. What do I think about John Cena versus Roman Reigns in an I Quit match? I'm not a huge fan of the I Quit match, so personally, I wouldn't necessarily want to see an I Quit match. But if you're gonna do it, it would probably help Roman out a lot to make Cena say I quit. Obviously, he can come back whenever, but to get Cena to say I quit, I think would be a pretty impactful win for Roman Reigns. Be a huge boost to his ego, his character. So, wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea to do. So if they do this match, hopefully at SummerSlam, it wouldn't be the worst thing. Edge has no chance. Yeah, I'm thinking he's got no chance. You thought Edge was gonna win when it was 1-on-1 at Mania, but when they made it 3-way, you knew Roman was winning. Yeah, when it was a 3-way, I was pretty confident Roman was gonna win. Though I felt like any of them could have won at Mania. I still kind of felt like Roman was probably ended up winning. But it was a pretty somewhat unpredictable main event. But I still felt pretty confident in Roman, and he ended up winning. So and retaining the belt. Um, I felt like Edge had a decent shot, but I kind of figured, like maybe he's gonna take time off again. I know I know he'll come and go and come and go. So I was like, maybe he can win the belt very short time and then drop it to somebody. Brian, I didn't think they were gonna end up going there, but I was like, I mean, it's always a possibility, right? But yeah, the end of the day, I think I was most confident in Roman, and then maybe Edge wins, but then I didn't really think Brian had a chance really too much. What's Brian been up to? Probably just chilling at home with his family. I think he's gonna end up coming back to WWE. I don't know about SummerSlam, maybe, but I guess if the Cena plans fall through, maybe they do Brian versus Roman again, and Brian returns and faces Roman at SummerSlam. I guess as like a plan B, if they can't get Cena. Because I'm hoping they're doing Brock versus Lashley at SummerSlam. So I don't want to see Brock Roman at SummerSlam necessarily. I feel like if they're gonna do that match again, do it at Mania. And there's a different dynamic to it now. So yeah, with them both being with Heyman, and now Roman's a heel. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know when Brian's gonna come back, but I got a feeling he'll come back in the next couple months. If he doesn't come back by SummerSlam, I think he'll come back like maybe for like the draft or something like that. Which is shortly after SummerSlam. I think. I don't know. You thought Brian would show up on Raw or NXT by now? I don't know. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see him in NXT. For a little bit, just to see what he could do with some of those guys. I think it'd make for interesting television for a little bit, and then you can bring it back up. I think it'd be a really, really short-term thing, though, like 6 months max, he'd be in NXT. So, what else do we have on this card here? Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Kind of nervous that Charlotte would win the belt here. Not that I'm not a Charlotte fan. I do like Charlotte. Charlotte's one of my favorites. I kind of want to just see Rhea move past this. Maybe face Becky or something at SummerSlam. I don't know. But, like, I want to see Rhea keep the belt till SummerSlam at the very least. And I kind of want to see her get a legitimate victory over Charlotte. So, I'm pulling for Rhea. I do like both. I think it's Rhea's time. Charlotte, she'll get another chance, and I just don't want Charlotte to win the belt right now. And if she ends up winning, so be it. I'm not gonna complain all over the internet that, oh man, Charlotte won. How dare they? Rhea Ripley's buried. Because it's not about one particular match necessarily. It's about how you follow up. And if they followed up at Rhea after it, she'll be fine. She'll rebound. Remember how fans were like after Rhea lost at WrestleMania? And then she picked up steam again, So eventually wrestlers turn around and then they gain back some momentum. Now, is she as hot as she was like when she beat Shayna Baszler or whatever in NXT a couple years ago? No. That was the peak of her success as of right now. Peak moment in wrestling right now. So she hasn't reached that point again, but I think she should win here. So hopefully Rhea does. We'll see where they go with it. If Charlotte wins, it's not the end of the world. Like, okay, guys, it's gonna be okay. So we'll see what happens. With NXT small potatoes compared to Raw and SmackDown. I mean, it's not a lie. I mean, look at the ratings NXT gets. NXT is a pretty good show in my opinion, but they keep getting the same ratings, So clear, it doesn't appeal to everybody. So it is what it is. But yeah, I do enjoy NXT probably the most. SmackDown's pretty up there too. Raw, eh. um, not anymore. They've been featured on WWE pay-per-view times. It was years ago. Okay. Um. All right. So next we got Kofi and Bobby Lashley. Does anyone think Kofi Mania is coming back? No. This match here, I'm okay with it as a filler match. It's very clear here that this is just another opponent for Lashley to dominate. There's no way Kofi's beating Lashley. Like, no way. 0% chance that Lashley loses here to Kofi. Like, there's no way. No way at all. Lashley's just going to dominate, and then that's going to be that. Like, it's just a like get me over the hump kind of thing. And I think the fans will support Kofi here. Like, it's a clear, like, fans are gonna boo Lashley. They're gonna cheer Kofi because Kofi in general gets a lot of fan support. Fans can relate to him. He's especially after WrestleMania 35, people support Kofi. You know, so they'll believe in Kofi for just this one night, but he's got no chance. He's not going to win the belt here. But it could be a decent match. Just, I'm not buying it. I don't think there's really anything they could do to convince me that Kofi's going to beat Bobby Lashley. The Almighty? No way. Yeah, exactly. Kofi has no chance. Frogger's right. But yeah. And then we got the 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. The women's, we're still needing one more person here, I guess. But right now, we got Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, who recently returned, and Natalya. And then there's going to be one other person. Maybe it'll be like Tony Storm. Maybe it'll be Sasha Banks or something like that. And speaking of Sasha Banks, so Abel brought up something to me earlier. Thought I'd mention it. So he thinks that maybe Sasha Banks is going to be the last person. She'll come back. She'll be in the match. And she'll win the match. Now, at first, I was like, she doesn't really need to win the briefcase. Like, what does she gain from it? Like, she's, she can get a rematch whenever she wants, right? But you got to think of it like this. And when I thought about it more like this, I was like, you know what? I'd be okay with it if they did it like that. So, because Bianca beat Sasha pretty cleanly at WrestleMania, Sasha, kayfabe, I don't think I can beat Bianca one-on-one. I need the briefcase so I can cash in when Bianca's most vulnerable, being the heel that I am. I'm going to cash in whenever I want, and I'm going to take that title back because I'm the boss. And that's really what she can do with it. So cash in just at a random moment, and boom, like heel heat. Sasha, you cheated. Like, how dare you, Sasha? Like, hey, hey, Money in the Bank. I can do whatever I want, and I got my belt back. And then she'll do whatever it takes to keep it and cheat and da 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 da. She has another title reign, and then I don't know, maybe Bianca could win it back again. I don't know, but like, if they go about it like that, okay. But also at the same token, Sasha doesn't necessarily need it. They need to also try and build up some new top females in their company, like Rhea Ripley. Why I think Rhea Ripley should retain against Charlotte. They should try and give some new females an opportunity rather than just Sasha, Charlotte, Bayley, Becky, and sometimes Asuka's pushed. Like, they need to try and push some other names so they're not just relying on like 4 or 5 females. It's good to have other options. What's wrong with having like 8 really strong females and then some like other females on the cusp right under them? Like, I think 8's a pretty solid number. Have like, ideally have like four pretty strong females on each brand, and have them alternate feuds every now and then. And I, I better than like four or five. Like I think they need to start building up some more names for sure. Um, so that's why I would say, hey, maybe give it to like a Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, Nikki Cross. My pick as of right now, though, would probably be Alexa Bliss. Now, granted, she doesn't really need it necessarily either, but she hasn't been champ in what, like 2 years? I feel like it's been a while since Alexa Bliss has been the woman's champ, and she's got this new character. They're trying to put it over. I feel like for the longest time, I felt like she was gonna be champ again somewhat soon, and so why not give her Money in the Bank, right? Um, so that's my pick as of right now. But somebody new wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. So Nikki Cross, Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, if one of them won, that wouldn't be a bad idea. So, but yeah. Yeah, Abel. Yeah, I get it. You think it'll be Sasha too? She's never won Money in the Bank before, right? Should be somebody new. They've tried that one Money in the Bank before, and usually the new people they try to push flop. Dolph, Sandow, Otis. Okay, so with Dolph, I feel like he was possibly gonna work, but he got injured, and so it's is it his fault? I guess so, because he got injured, right? So if he would have stayed healthy, maybe it would have worked, possibly, but we'll never know. So I'll blame like an injury bug there. Sandow, yeah, I think he was really over with the Mizdow thing. That could have really worked, but they didn't want to do anything with him. It's kind of similar to, I think he was about as over as like the Rusev Day stuff was. Really could have been something, but they just didn't want to go anywhere with it. But like a Sandow, the intellectual of the masses, yeah, I didn't really see that character necessarily as a main event kind of character. Yeah, I didn't. I'll give you that one. And Otis, maybe it could have worked, but they really cut his legs from underneath him really fast, and they split up Tucker and Otis because I don't know, and they didn't go anywhere with it. They didn't even have a match. I don't think. I don't understand what they were doing there. But so yeah, the Dolph one, I'll put an asterisk because he did get injured. But the other two, oh, all right, I'll give you that. But I think a new person can work, like a Big E or something like that, like a Riddle or something like that. You just gotta get behind him. Like Rollins at one point won Money in the Bank, and he was a pretty fresh face, and he ended up working out. He ended up becoming one of their top guys. So I think Money in the Bank can work. Just you gotta put the time and effort, and slowly give them wins and build them up. They don't have to be like this unbeatable force, but gain some upward trajectory, for the most part. They can make it work. Sasha's only been pushed strongly for the last year or two. Before that, she'd lose a lot. Yeah, she would. It was mainly like the last year or so. She'd be pretty dominant. Before that, she'd lose. Yeah, she lost to Ronda a bunch. She'd lose to Charlotte a bunch. She'd lose a lot of big feuds. So yeah, definitely worked for Edge and Rollins. Yep. I think it's way better to win your first title cleanly in a fair match. I think it just depends. I think it just depends on the situation. Some people, I think Money in the Bank could work for them, like especially a heel. And then in some cases, like a babyface, the babyface maybe they shouldn't win Money in the Bank necessarily. There's certain special circumstances like Rob Van Dam, but I think baby faces a lot of times winning in the Rumble really does it for them, and then they win a one-on-one match. Like Drew. Drew was made in one night just by eliminating Brock Lesnar. Like, man, sucks that he didn't really get his moment in front of fans at WrestleMania and beat Lesnar and the crowd goes wild. That would have been something special. That would have really put the stamp on Drew McIntyre. I still think Drew's one of their top guys for sure, but he just didn't get that stamp and have that big moment in front of fans. You know what I mean? So speaking of that, let's talk about the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Ricochet, John Morrison, Riddle. Who Riddle, surprisingly, this Orton pairing's really helped his career. I think it's done pretty good for himself. His character is still somewhat goofy, but at times he's shown a more serious side with Randy. I guess they're trying to illustrate that Orton's kind of rubbing off on Riddle a little bit at times. But I like this pairing. I like what they've done for Riddle, and before I couldn't necessarily see Riddle as like maybe a guy who goes after the world title, but now I could somewhat see it. Riddle's been doing all right. And then you got Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, King Nakamura, and Seth Rollins. I think we got a pretty loaded group of guys in this match. Ricochet, he's just the spot guy for this match. Evan Bourne was that guy. Shelton Benjamin. You gotta always have a spot guy in the match, so that's what Ricochet's here for. Morrison, I think he's gonna be like a spot guy here. Even though people for years have said like, Morrison should like win the world title one day, and maybe it'll happen one day, but at this point maybe it won't. So I don't know. I don't know if they see Morrison as that kind of guy. Maybe Morrison's content with what he's doing, so I don't know. I don't know. All throughout history, you look at Brett, HBK, Austin, Brock, Cena, etc. They all got it up properly, won their titles cleanly. You're right. It's proven that if you do it the right way like that, you build them up, give them an upward trajectory, they win the belt, they have their big moment, it can work. Like I mentioned with McIntyre, that could have worked. And we didn't get it. So if they do that with some of the guys, they'd have more stars. But now they're scrambling, and yeah. But yeah, Lashley. I would say Lashley is, other than McIntyre, Lashley is one of the more recent guys that I think they've done a pretty good job with him. He had a really dominant year in the Thunderdome. As U.S. champ, he dropped the belt, didn't get pinned. Immediately then goes after The Miz, wins the title. Imagine if that was in front of fans. That would have been a huge moment. Like, Lashley was pretty much unbeatable for about a year. And then they let him win the title. And then he retained at Mania. Like, Lashley had a pretty good run. It's just, it just wasn't in front of fans. But I thought Lashley, the way they used Lashley was really good. They turned him into $1 million. So, they might try and reset with Drew, have him win Money in the Bank. You think Drew wins too? They did a great job with Lashley. They broke up the Hurt Business. Yeah, I liked the Hurt Business. But when I look back at it now, is Lashley worse off with no more Hurt Business? I would say no. Like, I think he's doing perfectly fine without the Hurt Business. Could it have, maybe helped a tad bit? Having other people with him and the suits and everything? Yeah, maybe it would have helped somewhat, a little bit. But them not being there, I don't think it's hurt Lashley at all. So, I don't think it was necessarily the worst decision, but it was just like, why? You know what I mean? They could have kept him around still. You think it definitely helped Cedric and Shelton. Especially Cedric. Now Cedric just kind of feels like a guy. He's just a guy. So, in my opinion. But yeah, so let's break this down. Yeah, so Ricochet's not gonna win. Morrison's not gonna win. I don't think Owens is gonna win. Owens, to me, he kind of needs to reinvent himself. I like Owens. He's a pretty funny dude a lot of the times. And he could be a good, annoying heel. But I don't know. I think Owens kind of needs to reinvent himself in, how Jericho does. Try and come up with a slight variation to his character. and just to make his character more fresh. Because I feel like for a couple years now, he's been just kind of running in place at times, you know. So I'd like to see him try and do something different. Um, Nakamura, I think I likely lean towards no, but I don't know if I'd say zero chance. And Rollins, maybe. When Lashley was U.S. champ, you remember they teased Cedric Lashley, but now Cedric's just a guy. Yeah. So like here's my power rankings of guys who I think will win this match. So let's say like a top 3. I'll say number 3. I'll say like a tie between like Riddle and Rollins. Um, to me, it wouldn't be a bad idea to give Rollins the Money in the Bank. I know it's not a new guy, but have Rollins be one of the select few guys to be a 2-time Money in the Bank guy. It might add a little like extra like ego to Rollins' character, a little layer to his character that would work. Riddle, I just think maybe they see this guy as something, because he's been they're paired with him Orton and everything, and he's been featured heavily, being on Raw. So I don't know. Maybe they see something in him. So I think he's an option there. Number 2, I'll say Big E. Just because I think, how they've used him. He was Intercontinental champ for a while. They still kind of feature him heavily. They like the New Day. Seeing as Kofi's getting this world title shot. Eventually, Big E will get a title shot. It's only a matter of time. I think they see a lot in Big E. I think they like Big E. So, yeah, I think he's going to be champ. I think Big E for sure will win one of the world titles within the next 12 to like 16 months, I'll say. Maybe like 12 to 18 months. Yeah, I think for sure he'll have won at least one world title by that point. I'll go out on a limb and say that. So, whether he wins Money in the Bank or whether he wins the Rumble, like, to me, if Big E does not win Money in the Bank, it's not the end of the world for Big E. It's okay, because he can go the Rumble route and have an amazing Rumble performance, win the Rumble, go to WrestleMania, and win the belt at Mania. So that's why he's still my number 2 option. But the more I think about it, maybe he just wins the Rumble. So, and then number 1, I don't think he needs it, but I'm gonna say Drew. Like a lot of people are saying here, that's what Abel's saying, Drew. Kenneth's saying Drew. Yeah, I just think they're gonna give it to Drew because, he lost to Lashley. They're trying to give him momentum again. He can't face Lashley again for the title, but he's got the briefcase. I don't know. Or maybe Drew goes to SmackDown, beats Roman. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I couldn't think of any names, but I guess Drew's a possibility to go to SmackDown. Freshen him up a bit, because he's done everything on Raw right now. I don't know. You're going to root for Owens, but you have no doubt Drew wins. Yeah. I think a lot of people are thinking Drew wins. But yeah, I'm going with Drew. And I think he'll cash in the next 3 months for sure. He's not going to be a long-term Money in the Bank holder. So that's why I'm hoping kind of that whoever wins the women's Money in the Bank holds it for a while. Like, I hate it when they have both cash-ins like really early. Like last year, Asuka won the belt in the Money in the Bank, and then Otis lost the briefcase like after a couple months. And okay, I guess Miz kept it for a little bit and didn't cash in for a while. But if they're gonna have these 2 Money in the Banks, I would prefer both of them not be like within a couple months. I would prefer one of them to go for a little longer. That's just me. So, yeah. So that's what I'm going with here. So I got Drew, I got Alexa Bliss as of right now. I got Lashley, I got Rhea, and I got Roman. So yep, that's what I got. Yep. And we'll see. I'm sure they'll add another match or so. Wouldn't shock me at all if they added something. What else could they add? Like Apollo, he's not really facing anybody. Um, and they're doing Carmella against Bianca on SmackDown this Friday. So we'll see how that goes. To me, like, I don't think the fans will care too much about it. No offense to Carmella, she's fine with what she does, but Carmella Bianca, the dynamic there as of right now, to me, isn't that exciting. So checking out to watch Raw. Oh, you're gonna watch Raw. Um, I don't think I'll watch it live. Maybe parts of it I'll watch live, but like, I don't know. But hey, if you like Raw, that's perfectly fine. No problems. Oh my god, Kyle is in the building. Kyle Monkman. When will Otis and Chad become tag champs? Great question, Kyle. Um, I don't know. Because it appears that the Usos will end up beating the Mysterios, and then they're heels. So yeah, like heels facing heels. I mean, I guess if you have a three-way match, um, maybe you can get the belts on Otis and Gable, but I don't know. I think maybe they get the belts at some point, but I just can't picture when. Maybe they go to Raw. Maybe Otis. Yeah, that's probably it. Kyle. Yeah, we're thinking along the same lines here. Um, they'll get drafted to Raw, and then they'll beat AJ and Omos or Omos. Sorry, Omos. So yeah, there we go. Frogger, I agree with predictions. Seems like a predictable show, but maybe surprise us. Yeah, no, but predictable isn't necessarily bad. Predictable isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's all about execution. So we'll see how they execute. You know. So yeah, Raw is getting ready to start in a minute. Are you guys hyped for this taped edition, last episode in the Thunderdome ever of Monday Night Raw? Are you guys hyped? I am not hyped. I'm hyped that it as soon as it finishes, because that'll be the last Thunderdome show. Um, they might do something extra since it's taped, like magical stuff. Yeah, they gotta get their magical stuff. Like, yeah, this show's gonna have like all. It's gonna have like heads popping up everywhere on the screens in the crowd. They're gonna do all the like the taped like edited shit. Like they're gonna get all their stuff out now that it's the last Thunderdome show. It's gonna be, maybe it's gonna be interesting because they're gonna do all this crazy shit that we're gonna be talking about it. Like, whoa, what the heck did they just do tonight? So who knows? Maybe they try and explode the Thunderdome, and that's how Raw ends. And maybe like they try and pull a Vince McMahon's dead angle. Like, who knows? Who knows? Right? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do going forward. They're not gonna be able to rely on these like taped matches or like do all these things like you got heads popping up everywhere, with Bailey laughing or Alexa Bliss's face popping up everywhere. They're not gonna be able to do stuff like that. I'm doing a good job hyping up Raw. Am I doing a better job than WWE is at hyping up Raw? Crazy. Um, Probably just gonna be an average episode though, right? It's probably gonna be like it was there kind of show. That's fully what I'm expecting, but it's good to have some optimism, right? But yeah, I'll probably watch more of the home run derby. Um, if it doesn't rain, maybe go for a quick run because there is a chance of rain tonight. So I don't know, maybe do some of that. Running Ross, I don't know if you guys, all my loyal fans will remember Running Ross. So I don't know, maybe I'll do that. Maybe watch some of the home run derby, and then maybe catch a little bit of Raw. I don't know, but there's no way in hell I'm watching 3 hours of Raw live. Like, there's no way. So zero chance. Like, I can't do that. very rarely I'll watch a Raw start to finish live. Like, if it's tornadoing and shit outside and I'm forced to stay inside, that's like usually when I'll be like, all right. And if there's nothing else really on, all right, I guess I'll watch Raw. Like, we'll see what happens, you know, um, kind of deal. No chance in hell. Oh, is Vince McMahon coming out? But yeah, so you haven't watched in months, and then now I have you wanting it. See, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Now I got you wanting. Look, I'm already, dude. They should be paying me. I got like a 3 people here, possibly interested to watch Raw. Like what? Um, 3.967 out of 10. Very precise rating there. When am I gonna do another stream? I don't know. Maybe I'll do one for Money in the Bank, but I work Sunday night, so probably not. Cause with pay-per-views, if I don't do it like right after the pay-per-view, I feel like people are just like, it's old news now. Like, who cares? Like, and I wouldn't even finish it until like, I don't know, probably 2-3 a.m. or something. So I wouldn't do a stream then. So it'd have to be the next day, and then da da da. But I don't know. Maybe for SummerSlam, I don't know. I'll try and do more videos more often, but no promises. But now that fans are coming back, I'm more likely to maybe do some videos, because maybe they'll start trying a little bit more again. Who knows? But fingers crossed that they start trying. But we'll see. I mean, it's SummerSlam, so they'll probably try at least for a little bit. But Ross for Hype Man, yeah. Running, ranting Ross, Tamina Appreciation Spectacular. Yo, what's up, Xander? Yo, I've been doing okay. You know, don't make as many wrestling videos just because the product isn't typically that good. SmackDown and NXT have been pretty solid, but it's very rare that NXT or SmackDown necessarily makes me want to like make videos all the time, even though I do enjoy watching them. I don't know. Like, I just kind of felt like with fans coming back, got Money in the Bank, you got SummerSlam coming up, I just felt like now is a good time to be like, yeah, I do want to talk about some of this stuff. So, but yeah, we'll see. But mostly I've been just doing videos, opening up cards, open up baseball cards sometimes. It's pricey, but leaning more towards like open up wrestling cards, open up Pokemon cards, you know. So, if you enjoy those, great. If you don't, I'm sorry, but and then I'll make WWE Supercard videos sometimes. So, you know. But what else? So, what are my thoughts on rumors of it being sold within 3 to 5 years? Yeah, that's what people are saying. I mean, it's hard to imagine the McMahon selling the company. I don't know. Maybe they will. And they be better off? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if they got sold, they got sold. It'd be weird. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's all just speculation right now, but maybe. Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, King of the Ring, the draft, rumor fans return of Cena should definitely improve. Yeah, exactly, Kyle. Yeah, things should definitely improve for the immediate future. For now, for at least the next month, 2 months, 3 months, things should definitely be a lot better than it was for sure. Whether that's good enough for you to want to watch it to be, that's totally up to you. If that's not good enough for you and that's not what you're into with WWE, then hey, But I think we're gonna see, a lot of returns. Like Becky Lynch probably returning in the next month or so, too. Probably, I'd imagine, right? It's been a year. She had her baby a couple months ago. She's training, whatever. She just got married. I'd imagine soon she's getting ready to come back. I'd imagine. So, but yeah, and then Brock will return. They'll probably call some people up, like they already brought up, I guess, Shotzi and Tegan Knox. Tony Storm's getting called up. They'll probably call up some more people, like after SummerSlam or something, or maybe before. I don't know. They'll probably call up a few more names because they just released a bunch of guys, so they kind of have to fill in a little bit more pieces. Um, but to be honest, the rosters were getting a little bit over abundant of talent anyway, too. On the same token, yeah, there were some wrestlers wrongfully released, but there were also a lot of the wrestlers that got released were like jobbers too. At the same token, so like, do you need that many wrestlers like on the brand? Not necessarily. Like they have like Raw has like over 50 something people or something like that. That's more than enough names for Raw. That's a good amount of people. Like while I think I heard that AEW has like 80 wrestlers or something on their website, and how many of them appear on Dynamite, I don't know because I don't watch. But like 80 wrestlers, and you only have like 1 2 hour show, and then you have like they have like Dark, which features a lot of the lesser guys, and sometimes I think they feature other like more well known people. And then I think they have another like quick YouTube show, but like 80 wrestlers, that's a lot. Like for as little amount of TV time that they have. Like Raw's 3 hours and they got like about 50 wrestlers. Okay, you know. I don't know how much SmackDown has, but I'd imagine SmackDown has like 30 to 40, like because they have a little bit less than Raw does. So for a 2 hour show, like about 30 to 40, that's not bad. So, you think Lynch will return to Raw after Money in the Bank? Be driving to SmackDown Live. Yeah, I could see her being the SmackDown. I think she'll just be on SmackDown. Maybe feud with Bianca. I don't know. I could see. I think she's gonna probably end up feuding with Bianca or Rhea, no matter what brand she goes to. So, you saw a pic of Becky Lynch training today. Oh boy, she's looking good. She'll probably dye her hair soon, or maybe not. Maybe she's gonna go for a different look. Who knows? So, but yeah, all right. I don't know if I really have anything else that I want to talk about. So, you guys have any more comments that you want to talk about? Otherwise, maybe head off. I don't know. It's been almost an hour. Hey, yo, this stream is way more successful than I imagined it being. Um, I think I've tried to do a couple streams in the last few months, or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 months, and nobody's been there. But hey, yo, this stream is successful as I can hope, being a casual YouTube maker at this point. I don't make a ton of videos anymore. This isn't even something I do regularly. Pretty much casual, So to have this many people, 5 thumbs up, 6 people currently watching, like, this is a success to me. So if you're watching, awesome. You'll watch Raw just to see what happens. Yeah, I'll watch some of it, see what happens. I don't expect much, but it is what it is. I don't know. Maybe it'll surprise me. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Abel. I really appreciate those kind words. But yeah. Any last tidbits, things you want me to answer, or whatever? Anything else we want to talk about real quick before I head off, or is that gonna be it? And if that's it, that's good. That's cool. That's fine. The stream went almost an hour. Perfectly fine by me. So I'll give it a sec. Thoughts on Jackson Riker? Ooh, what a way to possibly close it out. Kyle, should we? I think we need another question after that. We can't end it out on Jackson Riker. Thoughts on him though? I think he's got a decent enough look. Like, he looks like a legit dude. But maybe some of his like real life beliefs. Now, I don't know the guy personally, but you know, yeah, just the little tidbits that he's presented to us. Thoughts on Lars Sullivan? What is going on here? Thoughts on Lars Sullivan? As a wrestler, I liked the guy. I thought he was a good big man. I dug the character. I thought he had a good look, but some things leaked about him, and hey, apparently I don't know, he likes certain things. You know, I'm not gonna disclose what he likes. But apparently, he likes certain things, or he doesn't like certain things. I don't know. J Sports Cards, thoughts on AEW? Oh boy, we're gonna talk about this. Thoughts on AEW? Okay. Um, in the last, I'd say like what in the last year or so, I've watched very little of AEW. Now at some point, I want to give them another shot. Maybe they've gotten better. I hear certain things that I'm like, hey, maybe they're better now. But like the first 6 months that they started, I gave them a shot, and then I don't know. I was like, this isn't for me. So I haven't really watched AEW regularly since like February of 2020. Um, just I fell out of it. Like I was like, I'm not enjoying Dynamite, so I gave up on it. But I hear little things, and there's certain wrestlers that I like in AEW. Like Ricky Starks seems like a cool guy. Wardlow, I like Wardlow. He's one of my favorites. Just who else they got? Miro's not bad. Lance Archer, not bad. Um, there's some other guys there that aren't bad. Brian Pillman Jr. is cool. So they got some guys there. Just I don't know. As an overall product, I can't say if it's good or bad because I don't watch, but it's just not something that I think is necessarily for me. But I'm willing to give it an opportunity. I'm glad they're around because it makes WWE, you'd think want to do better. You know what I mean? So I'm glad they're around because it gives other wrestlers opportunities to have a spot on television, and it's not with WWE. So it's not the Monday Night Wars all over again. It's not the Attitude, but it's at least another company on TV for wrestlers to go wrestle. So like I don't wish death upon AEW or anything. If you like it, that's more power to you. But as of right now, I'm definitely not an AEW fan, but I don't know if they're good or not because I haven't been watching. So maybe in the future I'll give them a shot again soon. So we'll see. Cody Rhodes is better now than Stardust ever probably was. Yeah, probably so. Probably so. Though, as of late, the little things that I see about Cody and everything, think he's got a big ego. He's definitely becoming like the yeah, he's not good. He's got to like it seems like almost every wrestler that comes into the company, they got to go through Cody and have a feud with him or something. Like like Aleister Black's, he's in AEW. Oh, he's got to go after Cody. Like I don't know. Like maybe it's just like the little tidbits that I see on Twitter, and I don't know the whole picture. And maybe that's not always the case, but I don't know. At least Cody's not going after the world title, but also like it just seems like Cody, he does some questionable things, and he's got too much power. He lets the power go to his head, I think, sometimes. So yeah. Um, yeah. But other than that, yeah, he's a good wrestler for sure. I used to really like him back in the day. In 2011, 2012, around that time, I was a big Cody Rhodes fan. Do I think the New Day will all be together again after the draft? And if so, which brand? Yeah, I think Big E would probably go to Raw, and then they'll all probably be on Raw. But Big E will probably still be like a singles kind of guy. But you gotta think at some point, maybe they just kind of finally make one of them heel and they split them apart. Because they've been together, what, like more than 5 years? They've been together like 6, 7 years. That's a long time. Like, is now the time to finally like make one of them heel? I don't think it would be Big E. Like, if you're gonna make somebody heel, it'd be like Xavier Woods or Kofi. Probably Xavier, I guess, right? To try and elevate Xavier by making him a heel, maybe it'd work. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I think they'll probably end up being on a brand again. Yeah, those are the days. Cody Rhodes Intercontinental Championship run was amazing. Yeah, he was that was peak Cody for me personally. Now you could say, he had these like great matches in New Japan or in ROH or whatever AEW, and he's had some good matches in those companies. But like for me, the most I was interested in him is like these Intercontinental Championship days. You know, like 2012, 2011, 2013. That was when I was most into Cody personally. Um, but yeah, at times he in the AW you can, from what I've little like tidbits, little videos and stuff that I see on Twitter and stuff like that. I'll see stuff and I'm just like, okay, not the same Cody. Xavier needs to be heel, try something new. Yeah, Xavier has proven with the New Day, like when they were heels, he can be an annoying heel character. So yeah. All right. Anything else? Anything else? Kind of want to see Sheamus face run again, but he's an amazing heel too. Yeah. Um, big Sheamus fan. I do like Sheamus. I think I prefer him as a heel though. I think he's a better heel just in general. His character, everything. He's just better suited to do the heel things. So, um, yeah, I like the United States Championship run. It's been fine. He hasn't had any like amazing feuds, you know, kind of similar to Apollo Crews. He's doing good as a character, but he's not really doing anything memorable. Like when you think back on Apollo or Sheamus's mid card title reigns, you're probably gonna be like, you remember like maybe one thing, and that's it. Like Apollo right now, all I'd probably remember is he faced Big E a bunch. You know, Sheamus, I'll be he had these open challenges for a bit. You know, yeah. So you wish Cesaro would get at least one world title. Yeah, I do like Cesaro. It'd be nice to see him win the world title at least once. I know fans are kind of discouraged because he got the opportunity with Roman, came up short, and then it seems like they're bringing him back down. I don't know. So we'll see what they do with Cesaro, but as of right now, fans are getting discouraged about it. Maybe he wins the world title one day, maybe he doesn't, but it'd be nice to see him get a chance, maybe one day. Could he do it? I don't know. So, do I think they may possibly swap Bobby and Reigns show wise? Nah, I don't think they're gonna do that. It'd be interesting because it'd give them all new challengers and stuff potentially, right? You know, because I remember some drafts, they basically they would move the guys from Raw and SmackDown kind of all together, and they wouldn't mix it up too much. Kind of like they'd move all the top guys from SmackDown to Raw. Well, it's like, okay, well, you're not really changing anything. You're just moving the show and keeping the same group of guys together. Like, you know what I mean? And they kind of did that this last draft. Like they moved Miz Morrison, they moved Riddle, like they moved AJ. I think they moved like a bunch of the guys that were in the upper mid card main event kind of scene, and then all moved them to Raw. And it was like, well, they're not doing anything different. They're all just moving shows like together. So yeah, Lashley and Reigns all moving shows could in theory be okay, but they have to mix it up. Like don't just move all the main eventers from Raw to SmackDown and SmackDown to Raw, because you're not changing anything up, you know. You're just keeping the same group of guys together pretty much. So yeah, like, and then Jeff Hardy also and Sheamus moved to Raw too. I remember that. Yeah, it was like, well, what the heck? Why are you moving the same group of guys from one show to another? Um, like keep some of them on the show that they're on, and then I don't know. Could I see Jeff Hardy heel turn? I don't. Have they ever turned Jeff Hardy heel in WWE? I don't know. It could work. I mean, look at how he did in Impact. I don't know if I'd want to see him be Willow in WWE, but feuding with the Fiend could be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I trust WWE to do a Jeff Hardy heel turn. I don't know. Hmm. But I do want to see Jeff Hardy utilized a bit more. Uh, the one recent draft with all the network execs in the room that was bad. Yeah, that was. Uh, I'm all for making the draft more important, more serious, because you want it to kind of feel like a big deal. You know, you want it to have some meaning to it, and you don't want it to feel like things happened, whatever. You kind of want the draft to signify like a new season, like things are changing in WWE, and things are about to get real serious. I don't know, like, so I'm all for making the drafts more important, more exciting again, like they were back in the day, like 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, hell, 2007, 2009, you know. 2009 was probably like one of the last drafts that I felt like was a pretty decent one. But yeah. Oh man. Uh, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it. I think that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for stopping by. Kyle, J Sports Cards. Who else we got? Abel, Frogger, Xander, Kenneth Donaldson, I think your name was. Um, did I forget anybody that chatted? Frogger? I think I said Frogger. Damien Castillo? Anybody that was lurking and didn't say anything? Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Kyle. Thank you. Thank you so much. That means so much. Thank you. Thank you. Um, so yeah, I guess let's go ahead and see what's going on with Monday Night Raw real quick. Turn down this volume so I don't get copyrighted. Let's see what's going on with Monday Night Raw in real time real quick. USA. Let's just see what's happening real quick before we end the stream. Replay. Lashley just speared Xavier Woods. Xavier got a roll up. One, two. Xavier Woods beat what? Xavier Woods beat Lash. Oh my God, what? Excuse me, what? They had Lashley lose to Xavier Woods. What? Yeah, what? Thanks, man. Need a break. Some WWE cards would be good watch. Yeah. They keep pushing back WWE Chrome though. Like WWE Chrome's not coming out till like the end of August. They keep pushing it back. It was supposed to come out in like June, then July, and now in August. So I don't know. Unless they break something older, I do think I'll buy a box of something soon. Whether it's baseball, wrestling, I don't know, but I'll definitely buy WWE Chrome. So stay tuned for that. If you're into watching card breaks, I'll buy some WWE Chrome when it comes out. Undisputed, I don't know. I like it, but I'll probably just stick to group breaks for that. NXT, I'll buy some NXT. And maybe Finest later in the year. But they keep pushing stuff back. So, like, and there's already, like, only a few sets of WWE each year. Like, what, 5, 6, 7, maybe? Like, it's not nearly as many as baseball is. So they don't get as many opportunities. Like, it's almost, in a way, similar to Pokemon, Pokemon only has, like, what, 4 or 5 sets a year? So WWE has a couple more than that, but like, you know what I mean? There's barely any sets, so like if stuff gets pushed back, there's not really anything to break, Do I think Balor returns soon to the main roster? I could see it. I mean, what else has he got left to do in NXT? He lost to Cross. I mean, what would he do in the mid-card scene right now? Like, I don't know. I think it'd be alright for him to come back up, maybe for the draft. Have Balor come back. Do I think Raw will fall below 1 million viewers this year or next? I don't think that's gonna happen yet. I mean, if it did, it'd have to be like a holiday episode, like a Fourth of July kind of episode or a Christmas episode. But I don't see them falling below 1 million unless it was like maybe a circumstance like that. Because I think basically everybody who's left is like the core audience that just won't go away, that won't quit. Like people like me that, yeah, I got Raw on right now. Do I care? I know it's crap or whatever, but I'll watch a little bit of it. It's just kind of out of habit. That's basically who's left, more or less. Yeah, there's people who enjoy Raw, but for the most part, a lot of the people left, I feel like, are just watching out of habit, and they're the audience that just won't die, won't go away. So, do I think they'll fall below 1 million in the next year or two? Just in general, probably not yet, but they're getting really close. So we'll see. We'll see if fans coming back brings the TV ratings back. I'd imagine they'll get a little bit of a bump, but we'll see how it works. So I guess in the next couple months we'll see like if the ratings are getting better, and we'll see how things are. But, Eva Marie do drop on the TV. Yeah. Oh yeah. Rest in peace, Paul Orndorff. I don't know if they showed like a little like rest in peace image of him to start Raw. I'd imagine maybe they did, maybe not. If not SmackDown, I'm sure we'll do something. But this is a tape show, so I don't. They probably couldn't add anything really to it besides like a opening like rest in peace. But like to edit in a video package, it was probably already edited and done with. But I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know if they can like last minute like add a video package or something. Like I don't know if that's how that works. But especially on short term notice like that, like the news came out early this afternoon, and the show starts at 8. I don't know if they can add things like that quick, but I don't know. But thank you guys. I've blabbed long enough. Enjoy Monday Night Raw. Enjoy Money in the Bank. Enjoy NXT tomorrow. Enjoy whatever show you watch next. And hopefully, I will see you guys for another wrestling stream soon, just like this. And we can talk about it. So, hopefully, in the next couple weeks, talk again. If not, probably by SummerSlam, I'll come up on here, do another video, I'd imagine. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Stay tuned. Peace out. Have a nice day, everybody.